Greetings, all you Jackson Jennets, and welcome to your daily dose of donkey with Ginger. Steelers talk on a Thursday, because, people are busy and life happens. But I am joined by Laskers on one side, Gingy on the other, and by that I mean they're both way down to the south, so can't complain. But I heard you guys got some snow, and man, I felt like maybe that would have helped the Steelers this week. A little snow, slow down the track.
Yeah. Hot Ginger here. We're looking at snowy northwestern Pennsylvania. A little bit depressing. Steelers Nation. Folks, last week was a shellacking of a brutal proportion. I don't know what to say.
Three straight going to Cincinnati. Last time that happened, Boomer Esiason was quarterbacking in the 90s. Bro, I was a baby, like literally a baby. Not even a year old yet. The heck, Laskers?
Oh, I was going to say, I certainly don't remember the last time that happened. And since you're a little bit younger than me, I know you don't. And also, at least all our snow melted already. It's been raining here all day.
There's a lot to unpack there in that game. We'll get to it. But first, let's talk about that dang horseshoe team that you see playing here against the Steelers. Beating the Browns because, bro, how many horseshoes can you shove places? Because Baltimore doesn't ever seem to run out of them.
I'm a little upset that they won by 6 and not 4.
All right. I can feel that. Gigi, you see anything special in that Baltimore game? I mean, 4 turnovers from the great Lamar Jackson having a really bad day, but still coming out on top.
No, Donkey. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna stop you right there, Donkey. The TV got fucking shut off. All right, after the 1 o'clock exposure that occurred on my television, there wasn't no more. Football was canceled for the rest of the day, Donkey. You got to recap it for me, brother. All right, that's just keeping it real with you.
I'm with Gingy on that one. I didn't turn the TV back on until Monday night, and I really didn't even watch that game.
You remember some games like when we were about 12 or 13 where it's like it wasn't the Steelers winning as much as the other team sucked more than we did for a couple years there? That's essentially how Baltimore beat Cleveland was. They're like, well, our quarterback sucks, and every time freaking Jackson did something bad, Baker's like, hey, bro, hold my beer. You want some nacho cheese with that? Like, Showtime Baker's, I think he forgot he's supposed to write a winning story, not how he gave Browns fans hope just to break them even harder.
Baker's a bit banged up out there, man.
He's definitely hurt.
He needs to sit on the pine because he's not helping that team.
He's hurt for sure.
But that's a good segue to Steeler football against the Bengals. Gingy, you said football was canceled. Would you like to tell us why?
You know why it was canceled, Donkey. Well, first of all, that's a big AFC North game. Always hard-nosed AFC North football, especially this time of year. We're heading into December, and playoff implications on the line, Donkey. And the Steelers showed some weakness there. They couldn't get it done on offense.
Gingy, before you go into breaking down offense and defense, you said hard-nosed football. I would like to counter with one of the teams on the field was SOFT. Not going to tell you which, but if you watch the game, I think you know what it was. But Gingy, please tell us what we saw between the lines.
No movement, no push anywhere on either line. Nothing was. Big Cam Hayward was out there getting doubled every play out there. It was.
So was
Did
TJ.
you like the move? Oh wait, did you like the move of Cam Hayward to nose? I mean, we didn't give Bugs a helmet so that Cam could play nose. It didn't seem to help. It seemed to make things worse, actually. Gingy, what did you think about that decision?
I don't know how that decision affected the defense overall. What you did see though was the outcome, and Mixon had a huge game, big gashes, couldn't stop him. Donkey.
A guy I've been calling out and finally made an interception, which Ben gave right back, and we'll get into later.
Oof.
Minka, great interception, but bro, he got his ankles broke by Joe frickin' Burrow for a touchdown. Are you serious right now with this defense?
Defense is not getting the classic pressure. Where's it at, Donkey?
It's yeah, this looks like 2016 or 2017 before Shazier really broke onto the scene bad. Laskers, these middle linebackers, both Devin Bush and Joe Schobert, sure they're getting some tackles, but have you ever seen them not get pushed for 4 or 5 yards after they make contact? Like, what happened to these people who could play downhill? These guys are playing on roller skates.
Well, maybe they are playing on roller skates, or maybe it's an ice hockey rink and they're on ice skates and they're just trying to get pushed back as far as they can.
So either one of you want to take a jab at this one, because this is another play I want to call out. He who shall not be named, as he's gratefully earned his name back.
Oh boy.
That play in the end zone against T. Higgins.
Listen,
Seriously?
he had
Like,
the position.
Seriously?
You have to at least credit him. I thought he had the position on that. He just made a wild flailing attempt at the ball, as I don't really think he knew where it was located at the time that it was in the air, and he was jumping for it. I at least have to give him credit for being in position, but those acrobatics that were performed after that were very, they were fruitless in the endeavor.
Hey,
of stopping
he tried.
that touchdown. There was an A for effort, sure.
I guess you could say the Steelers tried, Laskers, but did they really? I mean, how many rushing yards was that?
A
5
lot.
million?
A lot.
When was the last time we held a team under 150 yards rushing? Do I have to go back to like the first week of the year where Buffalo, for some reason, threw the ball 70 times against us? I know it wasn't really 70 times, but it was a lot. What? Is there a
missed
way to fix
200
this
by-
before the
They missed
offseason?
200 by 2 yards.
Jeez. Is this a scheme problem, a personnel problem, a mixture problem? Gingy, is there a way to fix this before the year ends?
Donkey, this is a personnel problem. 1 on the offensive line and 2 in the defensive secondary.
And the defensive line. Let's not be.
The defensive line has
injury.
injury problems. I mean, yeah, I guess that is a personnel problem. The guys are on the team though who need to be there. I think Tuitt and Alu, monsters, Donkey. When you can rotate them in and out.
Played good, but Stephon Tuitt was coming back from a knee injury and a personal problem, so they never knew if they were going to get him. So the Steelers went in there knowing at least half the year was going to be played by either a Chris Wormley, Isaiah Buggs, Carlos Davis, Isaiah Loudermilk. I guess you could say Mondu. I know you didn't like that one, Gingy,
Yeah,
but
I like Mondu.
Mondu did not look good, bro.
No one did, Donkey. The team wasn't. It was a shit show.
Hey.
His Bills
Alex
only throw
Highsmith
51
is still
times, by
trying
the
to
way.
catch that football that hit him square in his hands, okay? He's still trying to catch that football, Gingy. And you know
Yeah,
what?
I got nothing.
Cam Hayward played good. Minka, outside of getting broken by Joe Burrow. I can't believe that happened. That's still funny to me. So, news before we get to the offensive play. Devin Bush looking terrible, was actually looking like he's getting benched for Robert Spillane, and then Robert Spillane goes down with a knee injury. On top of that, is now on the COVID list.
And
Is
so
there
is
a reason
TJ.
to be...
Yeah, worried
Well,
about that
TJ, look,
linebacker room.
TJ needs about 2 more weeks to heal. They shouldn't put him on the field till then, because when he's out there as a shell of himself, just not healing, it's not helping the Steelers. Is there any reason for me to believe that coming into Baltimore, things are going to get good on this defense? Like, did we see any glimmers out there this week? You guys, any glimmers? I just want something.
Minka getting an interception. How's that?
That's a good glimmer. I like that. I guess Chris Wormley's sack was nice to see, holding them to a field goal on 3rd and goal from the 2, I believe. Chris
Yeah,
Wormley
it was
came through and
definitely
got himself
close.
a sack.
You're getting
Gingy,
crickets
it's your
from
turn,
me.
I guess.
You're getting crickets from me, brother. I ain't feed into that. participation trophy endeavor that we're trying to award here for a 41-point banger getting dropped right on your skull. Oh man, donkey.
That's fair. That's fair. Laskers, you want to lead off with what we saw in this offense?
Deontay looked good.
He did. He did.
That's
Pat
about-
Freiermuth
that's
can certainly catch a football in traffic.
No, actually, I got one more. We gotta give props to Anthony Miller on that 2-yard catch. That was impressive.
You want every reason why I say a quick passing game with Ben Roethlisberger is stupid is watch the catches wide receivers have to make on 2-yard routes. Ben is terrible at throwing short passes outside the numbers. I give you that, and I give you Ben Roethlisberger not reading the defense. So there's a play. Minka just made the interception, right? Oh man, we have a chance. We're going to get back into this game. We're going to do the score like New England always does going into half. Ben Roethlisberger has a too high safety look with the cornerback sitting on the route. You see it pre-snap. Ben tries to throw an out route. You cannot throw an out route when a cornerback is sitting down on the route, especially Mike Hilton, who as Steeler fans, we know what he likes to do. He goes downhill, and Ben just throws it right to Mike Hilton.
Man, I got that one
Right.
completely
Right.
wrong too. I was saying hopefully he doesn't get an interception, and then he does that.
Hey, he still doesn't have a sack on the year, so suck on that, Mike.
I think Mike got everything he wanted from that game.
I
think
think
he
so
did.
too.
I can't even focus. Gingy just, goddamn sour apples. I'm trying to be happy.
I got nothing. I got no hope for you, donkey. We got
Hey,
we gotta
your
look
boy
forward.
Firemouth, Gingy. Your boy Firemouth. Come on, let me know.
He's really developing. Yeah, I'll give you that. I mean, he's got a touchdown 3 weeks in a row now.
I don't think he scored one last week, but he was
Did he?
on a pretty good stretch.
He's got like 4 this year.
Teach this boy how to run a route, because he actually is not a good route runner. Teach this boy how to block, because this boy is big and can catch a football. Teach him
Firemouth
the
did
other
get
stuff,
one last
please,
week against
because
the
he could be
Chargers.
elite. Did he?
Yep.
Oh, all right. Must have been the week before.
I'll go look again.
No, I think you're wrong. I think you're right. It is 3 in a row, Gingy. Because I think he did get our touchdown against Detroit, didn't he?
I thought
Wait,
that's
who
when that
scored our
started
touchdown
kicking
against
off.
Detroit?
Yeah.
He did not against Detroit.
That's where it stopped at. Only 2, Gingy! And in
My
this world,
bad.
that means death by snoo-snoo!
Oh no.
Donkey's boy James Washington got the touchdown against Detroit.
Let's go! I told you he was going to have a big game with Mason starting. That's his only touchdown on the year, I think. So, woohoo! Let's go. Take the wins where you can get them. All right, so since no one really wants to talk about whatever the heck happened at Cincinnati, should we at least let the viewers know that we lost?
Hey, that is his
30
only
plus
touchdown, by
points?
the way.
31. One of the third time in a row losing to Cincinnati, as you said, donkey. Not something I've really been used to in my lifetime.
I think what hurt about this game was watching Cincinnati, especially after last time we played them, Tyler Boyd saying, that Steelers team just quit. Watching this game and being like, man, the Steelers team didn't even quit this week because they didn't even show up to play. Like, they didn't even get the chance to quit. I mean, we had bulletin board material, and that's the effort these guys put out there. You got to start questioning things. I feel like, and Ben's even said, well, these people don't get our culture of being quiet and being this, but that's because you're saying we need to be quiet because Dan Rooney Sr. might come talk, or Jr., but he's dead. Or Art.
Art,
He's
yeah.
dead. You're expecting a dead guy to come through the doors, Ben? Maybe you need to make a little Steeler tradition of your own. And I'm sorry, every ex-Pittsburgh Steeler in the world is out there calling this team out. So how can we defend them, right? I mean, between Rocky Blair, Ryan Clark, just all of them calling him out. And hell, even Ryan Shazier saying, yeah, maybe Ben is done.
Yeah, it's starting to look a little bit tumultuous there.
I'm going to say this right now. I don't think this is Ben's fault. But I do think if we lose this week in Baltimore, Ben needs to be benched. And it's because if this is going to be a bad season, you need to evaluate the other two quarterbacks to see what you need to do next year. Obviously, we'll still need to draft a quarterback. But do we need to bring in an Andy Dalton type of guy, a Marcus Mariota, a Jameis Winston type of guy to hold out till the rookie's ready? Or is Dewey Haskins or Mason Rudolph that guy? I think you give him 4 or 5 weeks, completely evaluate whichever one you think is the best. Because if this season is going to be a lost season, don't make it a lost season of 17 games of Ben, if you know what I'm saying. I guess, yes, someone tell me how it'd only be 16 because he already missed one. Yeah, I know. I guess I deserve death by snoo now. Abby, you heard it here. You listen. You can ask me what that means later. You guys, tell me what you're thinking, what you're seeing. What steps is next for the Steelers?
I don't know,
agree.
Donkey.
If we lose this week, we got to do something different. I mean, we know Ben's not going to be the answer next year, so let's try something. And here we go, Aaron Rodgers, 2022.
I can actually join on that bandwagon watching. Aaron Rodgers looks like he doesn't give a crap until the game matters, and then he just shows up to play. It's kind of fun to watch. I've seen a lot of Packers games, so that's good. Gingy!
I think it's the team. I think that's why looks like he doesn't care.
Gingy, what are you thinking?
We definitely need I'm not going to say a rebuild, but a revamp in the defensive secondary and on the offensive front. That at the very minimum.
Both lines for sure.
As long
as both lines.
We talked about this before, Gingy. I said the guy who's most responsible for this season isn't getting any of the blame, and that's Kevin Colbert. He's refused to draft offensive linemen in the last 5 years. Refused to draft defensive linemen in the last 5 years on day 1 or day 2. Eventually, that means you're going to have no depth. You're going to have a bunch of people that no one else wanted. Guess what we have right now? And now they're starting because of one injury. A bunch of people nobody else wanted. Why is the GM, Tomlin's getting hated on. Both of the offensive coordinators are getting called to be fired. Ben's getting called to be benched. Why is no one holding the GM accountable here? Is it because Colbert's won Super Bowls and it's like, but Colbert does no wrong. Look at all these second-round draft picks we wasted on mediocre wide receivers.
He's got to be in with the owner.
No, that's fine, but why the hell are people like Papa Joe and them who call out everyone not calling out Colbert? Is he in with Papa Joe?
It's a good question, Donkey.
Do you guys feel like even if we stayed healthy that we had a roster that would have made us contenders this year?
No.
In the AFC, yes.
Well, the AFC does kind of suck, but... Hey, the
saying,
AFC might suck in terms of dominant teams, Gingy, but at least we don't have a team with a losing record currently in the playoffs again. NFC? What the hell? Sorry, I had to let that out.
Gonna say, if we go out and look every week like we looked week 1 against Buffalo, I'm not putting it out of the question.
All right, I want to get into the Baltimore breakdown, but first we have another AFC North game to talk about. Chargers, Bungles, this weekend. What you guys looking at for winner, points, score, X factors, whatever you want to talk about on them? Laskers, you want to go first?
I can, yeah.
Everyone's so happy today.
I think
it's sad, gloomy week.
I know why,
Steelers
JJ.
Nation.
I know why, JJ.
This hurts, but I'm gonna pick the Bongles by. We're gonna go 6. And
I like it.
You know, the way Mixon was looking, I think he's going to be the X factor for him. He's looked good the last 2 weeks.
Their offense is
he's
scary
good.
Their offense is scary good, yeah. Also, their defensive line is pretty good too. I didn't realize how much was it. Hendrickson, is that the one? Man, that kid can play some football. Woo! Gingy, what you looking at?
Bungles by 3.
I got the Bungles by 10. I don't know. I don't know how to judge this LA team because they'll go out and put out a great performance and then go and get dominated by the Broncos. So they're probably going to win this week because it's time for their good week.
Yeah.
But let's not lie here. That's a quarterback contest that's two really good second-year guys. Both Herbert and Burrow taking a big step this year.
Agreed. I'd take either one of them right now. Looking good.
I'm still saying Mac Jones. I'm still mad about that. How dare we let Mac Jones go to Bill Belichick? Every team in the AFC deserves to suffer because of that.
Ouch.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought there.
Ouch.
So we got Steelers, Ravens. All right, let's be honest here. Steelers offense, what do they have to do to be successful? Because it doesn't look like they're going to generate push. Do we have to start becoming deceptive? And I bring this up because I listen to all the post-game stuff because I think Charlie Batch is such a smart football person. Like, I think Charlie Batch is just knows what needs to be done, diagnoses things. And he said something that really, really bothered me. After last week's game, he goes, I talked to some friends of mine who are scouts. I'm not going to name names because, you know, I'm a media personnel. I protect my sources. I get it. I respect it. He goes, but every one of them tells me the easiest team to game plan for and has been for a couple years is the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's a problem. When you don't have the talent level to be dominating teams and you're easy to game plan, ruh-roh. So, Gingy, is the goal this week to come out and be deceptive? Is that going to be a way to help this team?
Well, I think we've talked about that before, Donkey. It has to be. Where you lack in talent, you have to make up for in smarts.
Laskers, can Matt Canada do that?
I don't think he can, but also I'm gonna go with, why can't we be a little bit deceptive? Why do the same game plan no matter who our quarterback is or who our defensive line is? Why not change it up a little bit when we're on the field? I mean, that's the thing we've been talking about for weeks. If you have
no matter who our quarterback is, my question is, why does the game plan not change no matter who our coordinator is?
Well, I'm not even going that far. If we have different personnel out there, we should definitely be changing our game plan.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And there's no doubt about that the Steelers have talent at tight end, running back, wide receiver. Definitely none at offensive line. The quarterback has to do something to get this talent going. Ben has to step up big this week. But Gingy, we were told there will be changes now after getting embarrassed by the Bengals. Does that mean I get to see Zach Banner start a football game?
I hope so.
Is that the change?
I hope so. I think he didn't practice at all this week yet, I don't think.
Oh, don't tell me that, dude. I had hope. You've been selling me this guy so hard for so damn long.
And I don't want it.
I was going to see him last year, and he played, what, half a game?
Also,
Gingy, I need to see him.
Donkey.
I'd like to see him.
They said there may be changes. It wasn't there will be changes. There may be changes.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin's coach speak is getting old with me. I'm gonna be honest. He needs to put up or shut up at this point. And everyone who knows me knows I'm a Tomlin supporter. I feel he gets some raw deal, but dude, you gotta perform at some point. I hope the stream isn't lagging. My internet kind of is doing a little sketchy stuff here. If it is, I'm sorry. If you hear us cut out, just imagine what we said. Imagine it's something funny and laugh every time you hear a break in the action. Okay? Thank you.
Yep, Abby.
So, hey, there's like 3 people who listen, hater. Okay, so that leads us to what is going to be the X factor for the offense, guys. Gingy, let's go with you first because we let Laskers lead last time.
X factor for the offense this week, Donkey. It's going to have to be the offensive line. They're going to have to do one or the other. They got to give Ben some protection. They got to set up some running lanes. One or the other, Donkey, because we're not setting up sustained drives. We're getting in third and longs. We don't look good out there. Like Charlie Batch says, it looks easy to game plan against.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Laskers?
I'm thinking a minute. But also, has anyone seen Charlie Batch play basketball? Because that's pretty amazing.
I have not, but is it on YouTube? I love watching random stuff on YouTube.
Because I think he played against, what's the famous basketball team?
Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's played against the Harlem Globetrotters. I think it's going to come down to, can our center get any push? Can Kendrick Green get any push? That I think that's the X factor this week, because Najee needs some help. He needs some help.
Najee looks tired. I think it's time to, like they did last week, even if he's having a great game, you have to limit his pitches because you don't want to run your running back out of legs in one season that's honestly looking like a lost season. I'm glad to see him getting less and less touches. I know it's not good for the team, but at the end of the day, I don't think this team really competes, so let's keep Najee alive. My X factor has to be Ben has to play hero ball if Ben wants to win football games because Ben limits this offense so much. Watch modern day offenses. Hell, the last two games, look what the opponent quarterbacks did with their legs. Ben's not able to do that, which means Ben needs to be perfect because if you're taking out an aspect which is modern football, we can't play it because of our quarterback's limitations. That means our quarterback needs to be better at passing the ball than all the others. And he comes in ranked, what, like 23rd in QBR? I'm sorry, when you're a limited quarterback, being a bottom of the barrel quarterback doesn't get it done. Ben needs to show up. Ben needs to have one of those 505 touchy type of games. Maybe not that, but almost perfect quarterback rating because Baltimore is going to make mistakes. We can't have what happened last week where Cincy gives us a break on throwing an interception and we turn it into 7 points for Cincy. That can't happen this week. So I think Ben needs to start stepping up and playing perfect ball because his limitations, you can see, are really hurting this team. I mean, hell, look what Mason Rudolph did with his legs. And I'm not claiming he's the better quarterback, JJ. I know we have this conversation all the time. It's just, he's the better quarterback for next year. And by that, I don't even mean that either necessarily. But at least there's something to evaluate there, I guess is what I'm trying
Something
to say.
to try.
My argument's
I'll live
sounding
with
worse
it.
and worse the more I talk.
I'll live with it. It's not looking good. I mean, if you when you lose by 30 plus, what are you really going to do, right?
That makes me mad. To the fucking Bengals. How about defense? What do we need to do to stop Lamar Jackson?
Gingy, you want to take this one?
We're gonna have to try to plug up that middle. It's been wide open. Team's been gashing us on the run, and that's not a good position to be in versus that Baltimore team to be bad against the run, donkey.
That's true. Who's going to be your X factor for our defense?
It's got to be the guys up front. I'm gonna have to say X factor on defense this week. It's gonna have to.
Archibong.
That somebody's gonna have to step up. I don't know. You know what? I know the guy's getting some flack in Pittsburgh. I want to see a game from Devin Bush this week. X factor.
Me too. I really hope that this is an injury for Devin Bush and just not a whole lack of confidence that's leading to some of these problems, but it's hard to tell. Laskers, defense. Whew, what are we going to do?
The defense needs more music. No, actually,
SOFT.
we're gonna need a big game from Cam this week. I don't see how we can't have a big game from him. If we don't, it's gonna be a rough one if we don't get something from him this week.
Poor Cam's probably aged 30 years this year with how much pressure's been put on that man's shoulders, and he's playing out of his mind good right now. I don't even know who to call an X factor on our defense. Can I just say the X factor is the whole defense keeping Lamar Jackson under 100 yards? Like, for me, the X factor is if we keep Lamar under 100 yards rushing, I think there might be a chance to win this game. I don't know who's going to be important. I think you both have named good ones. I think Spillane's one you could put in there. How about Highsmith not overrunning the backside every play? That would be nice to see. TJ Watt actually holding an edge would be nice to see. but he
TJ's
was
not
injured,
playing.
and TJ. Oh, that's fair. And to be fair, TJ never holds an edge anyway. He's always going to kill the quarterback, which he does it really, really well. So you can't hate.
Hey,
on him for that.
he did kill him. He did kill him last week.
He did try to choke out Joe Burrow. That's pretty good. Hey, kudos to Joe Burrow for not backing down, by the way. I'm sorry. TJ Watt's trying to kill me. I'm just going to fall down and be in the fetal position. Joe Burrow's like, I'll pretend to try and play this game. Props to you, good sir. Does that mean we're going to see Tuska start again if TJ doesn't play? Or is it going to be Taco Charlton?
Taco. Yeah.
I mean, at least Taco was a first-round pick at one point, so hey, some talent, allegedly.
Oh boy.
Hey, on the bright side, Boswell didn't miss a kick last week, and the punting game was eh. You expect more from the special teams, more of the same?
Very little consolation, Donkey. But yes, Boswell is still on fire.
Maybe we should just start kicking field goals every time we move the ball. Quick question. Did we only have one red zone possession that whole last week?
Unknown.
Was it one red zone possession?
I don't know if my stats go that far. All right, hang on. I have to go to the phone.
Well, Alaskers figures that out. All I want to say is I'm trying to make this a happy podcast because I don't ever want to see the Steelers lose. I don't want to root for them to lose. I never will root for them to lose. But the fact of the matter is, it's hard to be happy after these last 2 weeks. I mean, the defense has been embarrassing. The offense has been bleh. Although, Gingy, 2 weeks ago we did have an explosion.
Major explosion.
I don't know. I can't get excited about the potential Baltimore-Pittsburgh game. We
were in the red zone one time.
Knockers. Oh, jeez, that's not what I wanted to hear, but that's the truth.
And we did.
We have
did
a
get
snot
something.
knocker this week. We have a chance to get back into the playoff picture this week. We have a chance to maybe even get into the division picture. But this snot knocker needs to go our way, Gingy. So with that, what are we looking at? Steelers-Ravens score.
Steelers-Ravens score, Donkey. I think the way that we get it done, it's got to be a low-scoring, minded game. I'm thinking it's classic football, 17-14 Steelers.
Woohoo, Steelers. Laskers.
21-17 Baltimore. You can't knock that horseshoe out of their hands, I think, is the problem.
Lamar just came off a terrible, terrible game. He normally doesn't back-to-back terrible, terrible games. I know the Steelers are talking pride and all that, but I don't think they get it. I don't think this group of players has that X factor. I don't think they have a leader who puts them there. And I felt that way for a while on the defense, and I really feel that way on the offense. I feel like there's just no culture anymore. Like, Pittsburgh used to be about tough football. I think this is the game that really makes people question. Because when you lose 31-20 after getting blown out by the Bengals, it makes you really wonder what's going on. I got Baltimore 31-20. I find it hard to find hope for this Steelers team. I find it hard to find the silver lining in this season, which, by the way, we're 5-5-1.
Yes.
Like, does anyone feel like we're 5-5-1?
Hanging
No.
in there. Not after last week, though. It's tough.
You guys got anything else to say before we get to our shout-outs? Any other fun notes around the league?
I can't think of anything.
Gingy?
Not on my end, Donkey.
With that, it's the shout-outs. So, anyone got one?
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
got
throw
one.
a shout out there. Yeah, go Laskers, go for it.
Yeah, we got to give Chase Claypool a shout out for 27 yards a catch and didn't make too bad of decisions, and he was overthrown on a couple.
S-O-F-T, soft. Gingy, what's up?
I am giving a shout out this week to Mike Tomlin's never having a losing season for the Steelers, all right? Because if we don't pay attention to that, it's going to be about gone here, folks. We are looking very, very nervous
Sauce.
with that. Shout out to Mike Tomlin's never having a losing season. We might not be able to shout it out after this one, Donkey.
I knocked so hard on that wood because you're trying to jinx it that my knuckles are bleeding, so thanks for that.
Well,
But-
I ain't jinxing nothing. We're shouting it out, though, all right? Because looking at this schedule coming up, this is not the spot where we wanted to be. He's right. There's gonna have to be some changes. That coach speak is gonna have to translate into some action on the field. How's that for some coach speak?
That's you fit in really well in the locker room. I can't shout out a Pittsburgh Steeler after that performance. So my shout out is, let's go Pitt. ACC championship game time. We might not make the college football playoffs, but you know what? Wake Forest this weekend. Let's go win an ACC title. That's all I got. I ain't got much else. With that, I guess it's time to tell you, hey, I'm Viking Donkey, Viking_Donkey, Twitch and Twitter. Reach us at your daily dose of Donkey with Ginger. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know if we tried to keep this upbeat, how you thought about it. Let us know if you want some more crazy stuff to happen on the show. Like, maybe we'll start taking shots, because you can't watch this shit sober. But yeah, Laskers, you want to tell them where they can reach you?
Well, they can reach me at Laskers, but I don't really need to do shots since I've been drinking since about week 3.
It's a good time to start.
All right, Gingy.
Gingy, let them know and send it off.
Mutant Gingy over here playing Xbox. We chilling. We talking football. We hanging in there, Steelers Nation. Back-to-back AFC North battles, folks. Steelers Nation.
Maybe this one will be a snot knocker.
If you got them, now is the time to wave them, folks. Wave them if you got them. Rally caps on. Let's go, Steelers.